Today we get a chat with Dario Lorena of the band Black Label Society as well as Dark Chapel discussing their latest release, Spirit in the Glass. I hope you enjoy.
Hey, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, and how are you?
I'm doing great.
Wonderful. Make sure the volume's all the way up here.
Yep.
How's your day going so far?
Oh, it's going good. We just got here to the venue and just yeah, getting things set up.
Yeah, busy schedule. You got a big tour right now, and then you got a big one coming up next year too, which is a
Yeah.
super fun one. You guys are
Yep.
pulling double duty, both of you.
Yep. Everybody. It's gonna be a good
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Are you nervous about it?
No, not at all.
No.
Nope. Make it
So
happen.
is Dark Chapel going first, then Zach Sabbath, then Black Label?
Yep.
Okay, all right. So Zach's the one who's going to be back to back in it.
Yeah, he'll be exactly. I'll get a little break.
Yeah, I mean, he's a pro. He'll be fine. You're
Yep.
a pro. You'd be fine.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, yeah, we're talking about Dark Chapel, Spirit in the Glass today. That just came out last month, right?
Yeah, the
Um,
deluxe edition came out last month, and then the original version of the album came out about a year ago or so, last November.
Awesome,
Yep.
awesome. Well, it's an incredible album. How has it been transitioning to being a lyricist now? Was that a difficult thing for you? Because obviously with the music, you've have been doing that for a while.
Yeah, you know what? I've always written songs. I've always written lyrics, so
Oh,
um, they're just now being, I guess, sung and heard. But yeah, no, it doesn't feel any different, really. It just feels like what we always do.
so putting it out there though, was that different for you and like nerve-wracking for you at all? I mean, even though you've done it for a long time, actually having other people hear your writing, was that scary for you?
Yeah, yeah, maybe a little bit because lyrics are coming from a place inside you. So I've always done my other two solo albums were instrumental, so there were no lyrics, and then this was my first one singing and putting lyrics up there. So yeah, maybe just a little bit, but yeah, that quickly passed.
So as far as lyrical inspiration, you have beautiful lyrics. Some very um uh positive and some like very deep. I mean positive ones are the deep ones too, but more of a emotional side of things. Is that something that you feel like is very cathartic for you, especially since you get to sing them now? And where does that inspiration usually come from?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really necessarily look at them as like cathartic because when I sit down to like, I'm not always writing. Everybody has the different processes. I usually have a line in mind and then I end up writing around that line. And then that inspiration is coming from some kind of emotion or some kind of imagery that's inspiring the thought. Even the imagery is still related to some kind of emotion that's inside you. And I just sit down to write it when it's time to write the lyrics because I like to kind of craft them. Um, I read a lot of poetry and kind of get cadence from that. Uh, but yeah, all different places.
Have a favorite poet?
You know what? I love to go into like used bookstores, old bookstores, and grab a poetry book by the cover, or I'll open it up and read two and go, oh yeah, I like this, and I'll just take the book. I love doing that.
Well, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
that's a cool way of being able to. I mean, it's kind of like CDs back in the days where you'd go and I mean, I guess we really couldn't listen to them, but still you'd go and like pick out the cover and be like, okay, well, let's see. Let's gamble on this.
yeah,
That's awesome. Well, I want to talk about Dead Weight. I think oh, it's such a beautiful song. Um, I'm not surprised, of course, that you play piano as well. You're an incredible guitar player, and that's not super uncommon for these incredible guitar players to be multi-instrumental. But tell me about that song.
yeah. Deadweight. I had that song for a long time. Like I maybe recorded that 5 years before the album had come out. So the album came out last year. I had that song written, recorded for 4 or 5 years. Um, and it just started with I had the piano piece, and I think I had that one opening line, the one opening lyric, the weight of this heartache. And then it just I had the melody, I had everything, and I just kind of wrote it. I wrote the lyrics from there. But yeah, it's one of my favorites as well. It's one of those songs you put on and it's like it's instant feels.
Yes.
Yeah, and I love music like that. So
Absolutely. You have a few on here that do that, that have that instant feels. Are you going to be doing that one live, or can you say it's okay if you can't?
Yeah, well, I've done
Okay.
it like before this tour, we had 4 or 5 shows. Um, and I did it at a few of those.
Okay.
Yeah, it just depends on the set length that we have. Like
Yeah.
on this tour, we have a short set length, so we're trying to keep it all. Um, you know, we can't fit every song in there as much as we'd love to. So
Yeah.
that one will be in on the longest set.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I also wanted to talk about Bullet in Our Chamber. I love the bluesy riff in that. It is so creative. It's such an interesting placement. The melody like shift. Tell me about that one.
Yeah, that I just had the riff, I guess. I had the riff and kind of. I mean, I love all styles of music, so um, I love that we have the heavy guitar riff, driven riff rock kind of stuff on there. But then we have things like Dead Weight and Bullet in Our Chamber. I feel like sits in its own kind of world, even though it still is under the same umbrella of everything. Those lyrics I feel like are also coming from a deep emotional place, but they're not they're not necessarily written about probably, they're not a direct interpretation. Um, so but yeah, I love that song.
Yeah, it's a cool one. It does seem like you can take it in different directions. I mean, it does kind of see it because I went through and read the lyrics. Does seem like there is like some kind of like you said it's not direct, but it kind of feels that way. But yeah, it's one
Yep.
that you can take with whatever you have going on at the time.
Yep, totally.
Yeah, levels to it. Um, so I want to go back. Well, first I want to tell you the first time I saw you live, I had seen Black Label quite a few times before. Was a big Nick Catney's fan, and so I thought, oh boy, I'm going into this going, I'm already not sure if I'm gonna like this guy, and it just blew me away. I mean, you're incredibly skilled. I It was one of the shows where you and Zach were on different sides of, I think you were on the balcony and you guys were going back and forth. And I was like, this dude is just as good as Zach, if not better. I left there going, holy shit. And so seeing that you're doing like these independent things has been really exciting for me because I just think, and you do get a lot of credit. You do get a lot of people noticing you with, of course, with Black Label Society. But it's cool to see you do your own thing too, especially with vocals and again, piano as well too, because you're so incredibly talented. So I love that you get that creative outlet as well.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, yeah. You came to a cool show. Was that um what city was that? Was that San
It was in
Francisco?
No, it was in Boise, Idaho.
Oh, Boise. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it was at the Knitting Factory. I was trying to remember because it's been quite a few years ago, but I was trying to remember where it was. And I'm pretty sure it was there, but I just remember you guys on the opposite sides on the balcony and just, of course, like go looking back and forth because we were upstairs too, and just going, holy shit, dude, this guy is absolutely insane.
Oh yeah, we have a
So
good time.
I very quickly was able to not worry that Katniss wasn't there anymore and very much embrace you right off the bat.
Awesome.
Okay, let's talk about Glass Heart. I really enjoy the lyrics of that one and of course the song.
So Glass Heart, when we were in the studio making that song, I felt like it was like the imagery that I see to that song, it would be like a 007 movie. Which is what if I were to like remake the music video, it would be kind of in that vibe. Um, so when I hear that song, that's what I think about. Um, and yeah, I mean, I love the clean roto vibe to guitar in that song, the descending line. So I was psyched for that one to be the first one. I mean, I could have went with so many. It was the hardest thing to pick, but like Corpse Flower was, it was either going to be
Love
that one
that
or
one
Corpse
too.
Flower.
Uh,
But yeah, it was Glass Heart.
Corpse Flower is another one I have written down here, but I found myself the more I listened to the album, the more I kept like writing down more and more of the songs, and I thought, okay, we're gonna end up just having to pick apart every single song, and he doesn't have time for that. So
Yeah, no, no, it's all good.
But Corpse Flower, yeah, was one of the other ones that I had written down. So moving forward, are you still going to be doing Dark Angel stuff or Dark Chapel stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. This is just the beginning.
Awesome.
Just the beginning. So, yep.
I feel like vocally you have a very like almost kind of 90s Chris Cornell, Lane Staley kind of vibe to your vocals. There was a few songs I think um I'm trying to remember which ones now. Dark Waters was one that I felt like you had a Cornell a vocal feel to it. Tell me a little bit about how you got into vocals and like what your maybe influences were or just what like kind of got you into that part.
Yeah, when I was I was started touring when I was 16. I played with Janie Lane. He was in Warrant, and he had a solo band. So I was touring with him, and he would always jokingly say to me, like, "You got to learn to sing. You got to learn to play slide guitar." And so I met a vocal coach that he had when we were on the road, when he was like a lot younger. When he was early 20s or whatever. The guy's name was Ron Feldman. He's since passed, but uh, Ron was like, "Okay, I'm gonna, that night after the show, he's like, I'm going to teach you how to sing." And he brought me to our room, and he started giving me vocal lessons on like how to breathe and how to feel your chest vibrate properly or whatever. And then from there, I just met with him once a week on Skype, and he showed me like how to play a piano scale, how to sing the piano scale, how to read the piano scale. And we did this whole, series of lessons for a couple of years.
Gosh.
But once I got the exercises, once I was singing the scales, then he would have me like, okay, next week's I want you to learn and sing this song, and I would either learn it on acoustic or I'd learn it on guitar, piano, and uh, and then sing it. And then it turned into, okay, I want you to have a song written for me by the end of the week. I mean, I was probably, I don't know, 18, 19. So every time I met with him, I'd have some kind of piece of music that I wrote and sing for him. But yeah, that's kind of how it all started for me singing, because I was always playing guitar. I never thought about singing. And then even then I was like, I'm not a singer, I'm a guitar player. And then it just kind of became, as you write music, you want to put lyrics and vocals on it to hear what it sounds like. And then it just kind of grew from there. But yeah, I mean, as far as influences, I mean, the Cornell and Staley thing is so amazing. It blows me away when people say that, because
Other people said that?
yeah, I've heard
Oh,
that a
that's
few
cool.
times. And I just, you know what, I sing from here, so whatever's coming out is coming out. But like I love like Ray Charles and all that old bluesy soulful stuff. So if I'm pulling from anywhere, that's where I'm pulling from. But yeah, I'm just whatever's coming out is just coming out.
You know, those three musicians, though, Ray Charles, Lane Staley, Chris Cornell, had something very special about how they did vocals because there is, like you said, it comes from the heart. It comes from which I think most people that sing obviously do, but there is a genuine sincerity that does come through with your vocals. That's very, very rare. And those three artists are definitely those type of artists too. So that doesn't surprise me that you've already been connected to those two and you pull from Ray Charles.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. So self-care, you're super busy, you're doing a lot. You can consistently seem to stay super busy and doing a lot. What are some things you do to help with like balance and self-care and taking care of yourself?
The biggest bowl of rigatoni I can eat, a few slices of pizza, and I'm good.
Then you're happy.
Yep, all set.
That's it, huh?
Yep.
All
That,
right.
that's what we had last night. Three cannolis afterwards.
Well, that's simple. That keeps it, I mean, somewhat easy, I guess then.
Yeah.
What about outside of music? Is there anything that you do that you enjoy?
I was like, I loved photography for a while. Just been kind of crazy, so I haven't been doing it. But it's mainly like seeing something and then trying to frame it and get a cool angle on it, and then editing it afterwards. I don't know, it's just all part of the creative process. But that's just another creative outlet that I enjoy. But yeah, everything's mainly focused on music all the time.
Yeah, well, yeah, with photography, I mean, you're traveling all over the world, and so I'll bet that's even more cool to be able to add on to everything because you get to see all these different places and different like history.
Yeah, I enjoy it. And it's just, when you're walking around or wherever you're at, you're just kind of, at least for me, I look at it helps me look at things like a little differently because you're thinking of it in an artistic kind of way.
Is there a favorite picture that you've taken from like a place?
I have this picture that I have hanging in my house that I was in London, next to Westminster Abbey, and it was like a phone booth on the street, one of those, phone booths you see over there that are awesome, the big red ones, in front of the Westminster Abbey, and it was just awesome. We were walking around there late at night. It was just felt like a special thing. So I have that hanging up.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Yep.
really cool. Yeah. Um, do you remember the moment in life when you decided you wanted to play music? Like, was there a concert experience, a video, a song, whatever, that you were like, this is what I want to do?
So my family was musical. Like my dad played drums, my mom played piano, and all my uncles were playing some kind of instrument, singing bass, guitar, and um, I was just kind of around it. And then I got a guitar when I was a kid, and that was kind of, it never really left my hands. I was always playing it. And then when I got into middle school, that's all I did every summer, every night, every day I come home, I just homework and play guitar. And then all summer long, I would wake up, walk across the hall, play guitar until my dad was like, "You got to come downstairs and eat something." And then I go downstairs and eat and play guitar. That's all I did. So when I was in school, I just thought I'm going to be a guitar player. Like I never thought about anything else. At that time, you think like, oh, it's delusional. I'm going to play guitar in a band. But that's what I thought. So any opportunity that I could make happen, I tried to make happen, and I was doing that from early on. That's when I started touring with Janie, and then with Lizzie Borden after that, and then Black Label. So yeah, I've always thought about doing it, and I'm just every day trying to make it happen.
Yeah, yeah, you hit the ground running at such an early age, so you didn't even really have, I'm sure, a time to be like, holy crap, this is what I'm doing, because it's just what you've always done.
Yeah, I mean, I just never thought about anything else. This is what my focus always was.
Yeah. I have a son named Hendrix that plays guitar. So this is funny. I don't know if I've ever told anybody this in an interview. But his name is Hendrix, obviously from Jimi Hendrix, but it's I knew Zach had a son named Hendrix, and I loved that name so much that I stole it. I mean, he's named after Jimi Hendrix, and obviously, but yeah, so it was funny when he was younger, he thought he wanted to be a drummer, and I just thought how funny to have a Hendrix as a drummer, but that's fine. Like, he likes music, he wants to play music, that's awesome. He
No, that's
fell in
so
love
cool.
with guitar a few years ago, and he's the same way. Like, he has a guitar in his hands 24/7. He is an incredible, incredible, incredible guitar player. He lives up to his name. So he's the same way. Like, he's just all the time, all the time. And we'll be watching a movie and he's noodling on the guitar, and I'm like, I love it. I think it's
How
so
old is he?
awesome. He's 17.
Oh, awesome. Tell him to keep going.
Yeah, yeah. He just joined a band with some older guys here. We have a pretty awesome metal community here. We have a lot of really incredible metal bands that all are very supportive of each other.
Cool.
But he just joined one of the metal bands and is really excited. He's already played at the Knit a few times and
Nice.
has had some experience. But yeah, he's pretty excited and hoping to be able to do what you're doing.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any advice for the younger generation that is like, because the music industry has changed a lot since you've started? Any advice as to how the music industry is now to help with kind of their growth?
Yeah, I mean, just if you love it, just play from your heart and put everything you have, put your entire soul into it and just do what you can to make it happen. That's really what it's about. Use every tool that's available with online and, just make it happen.
Yeah, there's so much anymore too. There's so much awesome information out there. There's the pros and cons of the internet, right? In so
Yep,
many
yep,
different ways. But
yep.
yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking this time with me. I super appreciate it. I hope this tour goes really well for you and you get to be able to get some rest in between and see some cool things in between. And hopefully we'll chat with you again on the next Dark Chapel album.
Awesome. And how do you pronounce your name? Is it Nika?
It's Nika, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And I'll be seeing you in Boise.
Awesome. Sounds
All
good.
right. Take
All right.
care. Bye.
Bye.